My name is Jeff. My name is Jeff Spivey.
There you go.
I am wow, it's a rough looking group. Alright, I'm one of the people of Georgia. I'm not a person. I'm not a citizen. I am a person and a citizen. But in jurisdiction, I am one of the people as seen in the Georgia State Constitution. I want to read to you, we have this table back here that's full of notices and affidavits that are written, okay? I'm going to read to you. Everybody talks about the United States Constitution, and it's a wonderful document. The United States Constitution is a wonderful document that was inspired by God, and it was government under the terms of God's law. Okay, but before there was the United States Constitution, there were 13 state constitutions. Okay? My good friend Dave Jose, who taught me to write these affidavits, who Candace Taylor introduced me to, he says, in the beginning, the people said, let there be government. Okay? That's what happened. Okay? We had signed the Declaration of Independence. We stood on this land as free men under no ruler, with no government. And we decided we were going to create a government. And we wrote the Constitution, and in the Constitution we told the government the rights that we already had as free men and the power we already had as free men that we were going to reserve to ourselves. And we told them with a little paltry bit of our power we were going to give to them. And their job is to handle our business. Okay? The Georgia Constitution states, Georgia Constitution, Article 1, Section 1, Paragraph 9 says, the people have the right to assemble peaceably for their common good and to apply by petition or remonstrance to those vested with the powers of government for the redress of grievances. Okay, those vested with the powers of government, that we vested them with the powers we gave them. Okay, and it says that we have the right to apply by petition and remonstrance. Okay, the petition it's talking about is not a list of signatures on a piece of paper. Okay, the way that we can petition the government is when we tell them what we want them to do. And our power of remonstrance is when we tell them that they have screwed up and how we want them to fix it. Okay, and those are powers that we reserve to ourselves. And the way we exercise that power is through notices and affidavits. That is one of the methods we have to put our government on notice that we want them to do something in particular. To put our government on notice that they have messed up and how we want it fixed. This table back here is full of notices and remonstrances that have been written by people of the Georgia. The reason I'm standing here today is because I happened to be walking by that table talking to her, and I looked down and noticed she was talking about the fact that somebody needed to speak about this table. And I looked down and noticed that there were notices on that table that I wrote. And I don't know how they got there. Okay? This notice, there's a notice on there that Candace wrote. Okay? Demanding an audit. Demanding a forensic audit of our election. Okay? We have a new one we just put out. I represent a group called Preserve Georgia Rights. We formed in January. It's preservegarights.org. I see you pick up your pen. Preservegarights, all one word, .org. We're also on Telegram. On our website, we have a newsletter that our media team does a wonderful job with, but I'm not here to promote our group. But anyway, it's preservegarights.org. Okay. We have a new affidavit that we just came out with, telling the state government they've refused our right. They refused to audit our election. Fine, you don't need to audit our election. There's plenty of evidence already of maladministration. We're not accusing fraud because I don't know who to bring the fraud on. And in order to accuse a felony, I have to not only have the murder weapon and the dead body, but I need to know who did it. And that's the part we can't prove, and that's why we're having such a hard time in the courts. Okay, but what we can prove is that we hired you to do a job, And there's plenty of evidence out there that you did not do your job right.
In our time.
They did not do their job right. Okay? And so we have a new affidavit we just put out demanding that they decertify the election in the state of Georgia based on the simple fact that the people in charge of the election did not do their job right. Period. And I have a QR code on my phone, if you can wrestle it away from my kids, that will take you to a job form where you can electronically sign that, and then I'll print them all out at one time and deliver them to the Gold Dome. In a big, huge stack, hopefully, lost about this high. Great. Okay? But that's what's on this table is these notices and affidavits. I encourage you to get them, read them, and learn what they say. And if you agree with what any of one of them says, please pick it up and sign it. And send it in. And if you want to know more about them, check out CandaceTaylor.com. Check out PreserveGeorgiaVice.org. And they talked about doing this, maybe on a monthly basis somewhere in town, and I'll be around. And I'll be happy to help anybody learn. There's people on Garland's team that are starting to work with us now. There's people on Candace's team that I have 7 a.m. coffee Zoom meetings with Candace's campaign manager 2-3 times a week. We're trying to get this done. But I just wanted you guys to know that those are back there. I'm getting ready to write a notice demanding that the state of Georgia add a course to our educational curriculum that requires our children to understand the Georgia State Constitution and understand what their powers and their rights are before they can graduate from high school. Because we weren't taught about it. We weren't taught about it at all. Well, I'm teaching people about it because I'm learning about it. And if you want a wonderful bedtime story to curl up with, I recommend Article 1, Section 1, and Section 2 of the Georgia State Constitution. I read it at bedtime at least once a week. It's going to take you about 30 minutes and it'll change your life. And I guess Garland's next.